Is it just the three of us?
There's an invite sent out to Coltrane,
Oh my gosh.
and Xia might say hi for a few minutes.
Okay.
But you know, we don't need anybody more than this.
Coltrane at midnight, huh?
Well, that's why, we'll see what happens. And then
The
oh my
Midnight
gosh.
Train.
Oh my goodness.
Hello?
Wow, look who's here.
Hi. I have to
Uh
turn my volume up. And my lighting is what
With
the
a
fuck?
fancy microphone. What's
yeah,
that?
I know. Do you see that? Like I have this. Okay.
What's
She's
this?
got like a whole rig. And by rig, I mean she doesn't have a rig.
and a GTR racing.
Yeah, that's a
Chair?
pretty sweet chair, right?
GTR racing chair. I'm a real epic gamer now, guys.
Do you play racing games in that chair, or is it just like a really fancy office chair?
Exclusively racing games. No, I'm just kidding. It's just specifically made for spending a lot of time in the chair.
Well, that's interesting because Jeff plays exclusively racist games, so I think that it all goes together.
Well,
and by
did
Jeff,
play
I mean
Bioshock Infinite recently, so
and by Jeff, I mean me.
well, that we know.
Xia, how much time are you gracing us with? I don't want to keep you too long.
I've got about 20 minutes.
All
I
right.
told Nick I would be. I feel so bad. I keep shutting him in the bedroom, and I'm like, "You go in there now."
Did you put down paper on the floor? He'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Gave him some snacks. He'll be good.
That's great. Well, this has been delightful. Good to talk to everybody. Good night.
Bye.
All
We're just
right.
waiting here for me.
wait.
So
Before we go, can we address William Durden over here?
no, not before
Edward
anything.
Norton?
No, nothing happens.
I wasn't gonna
before.
say anything. I was
No,
waiting.
no.
I was waiting.
Welcome to the Bladtcast. Yes, in captivity. No, that's not really it. We're not at the zoo, but we are under lockdown. I am Christian Blatt, joined by the angelic Jeff Duray. For those watching the YouTube version of our Zoom conversation,
Should I go back to space?
there's literally a halo above Jeff Duray. And joining us for about 20 minutes until her husband chews through the leash that he's wearing in the bedroom, which bespeaks some of their activities. Xia Landerston, Bastille Day. How are you?
Hey! Oh my gosh, I'm good. I feel like I haven't been on the show with all of you guys in so long, and I see that Jeff is over there in sunny Mexico.
Yes, he's at a safe distance.
I'm in Florida on the beach.
Florida. Okay.
With the Dempsey.
And also joining us today is you know him best as the enforcer for Black Mariah, Shades from Luke Cage. Shades, thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh, that's Will Sterling. And by the way, how many days ago did you shave your head? Because it looks like you've already got like 5 o'clock shadow on that thing.
God, when was it?
It was
Saturday.
over the weekend? Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
Wait,
And
so when you shaved it, did you bick it? Like
No.
it was like, oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
I shaved my girlfriend shaved my whole head for me with beard trimmers. So we used the lowest setting as like the guard would go, but I didn't even go straight to like that, and then even past that I would need to bick it. So that's all I ever wanted to do was just go as low as the first safety setting.
that's fitting because most of us consider your girlfriend to be a beard trimmer.
Mm.
You know, we think you're hiding something.
Or just a beard?
Is what we're getting at. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's just a beard is what you're
She was almost at my place tonight. You guys, she could have made a cameo, but
But she's in
I'll-
Canada.
well then.
She's quarantining in Canada.
Yeah, my girlfriend helped me shave my head. Will, I was very excited for you that you did this, but it definitely took away the thunder for something that I had planned. I was not going to shave my head to that extent, but I am in need of some kind of a trim. I was going to say I'm in need of some trim. Go ahead, just do that for right. Just get it out of the way. And I was gonna do a video like a YouTube or a Facebook or I don't know, something live.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh man, Will just did it so much better because you went all the way down. You know.
What were you gonna do? Just with the scissors?
Like I was gonna
Heather
do
was gonna.
I wanted to do a really bad haircut myself, but Heather's really trying to talk me out of that. She's like, "Oh, let me make it look nice." I'm like, "No, the whole point is it's not gonna look nice because
I
we're
mean,
gonna
you
be doing
bought
this long
that
enough that
vintage.
it's gonna grow in while we're still."
That's why I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you bought that vintage Floby that you were going to use, and I'm really bummed that we
did.
don't get to see that video. But
What's a Floby?
Well, what's a Floby?
What's a Floby?
Haven't
Tell
you
me
ever
more.
seen? Oh, you know what? In Wayne's World, they called it the suck cut. That's right. They didn't actually call it the Floby. I was gonna say, haven't you seen Wayne's World? It was something that they used to sell on TV. It was like a way to get your hair cut, the Floby. And why don't do you? Or let me guess, you're charging your phone right now, so you can't look it up on your phone.
Who, me?
Also, I have
Xia.
not to brag or anything, but I have 3 monitors in front of me.
Not to brag.
And you're sitting in front of a green screen? Like,
Yeah.
What is this
Okay,
setup?
if we're counting monitors, I got my computer, I got my second screen, I got my big screen, and I got my other one, and that I can see from here. So 4.
That's also 3. That's 4. You win. God damn it, Jeff.
I got my laptop. I got my phone. I got my tiny TV off in the distance. And I have a big mirror that I can see myself in. So that's also
guys,
like
this disease is basically just like forcing everyone to go through what I've been going through the last few years. So just deal with it. Fuck you.
I like that Xia has a green screen, but only Jeff is utilizing the backdrop feature.
I know. I haven't like fucked with it in any other program except for Streamlabs OBS because I've been streaming and that's what I'm using it for. So I haven't done it with literally anything else. Any of the other shows I do.
Preferences.
Anytime that I try to use a background, it always gets washed out.
Preferences.
Like you see that it's like.
How do you use a background?
You look like a '90s music video. That was amazing.
I don't know where this preferences is.
Yeah, where is this?
So you, this is a little tutorial for everybody on Zoom. Where it says stop video, there's the little up arrow.
Yeah.
And if you click on video set. No, you don't click on video settings. You see next to it is choose virtual background. Yeah, but Jeff, it works for you, but I honestly I can't get mine to not do that. So why am I disappointed like this?
I have a really nice laptop.
Oh, and I have garbage. Okay, that makes
I'm just like my laptop's brand new and it's really nice, so it probably is just working really well. Ah, look at mine. There we go.
Yeah, see, Will's literally in the weed.
Will's living out his fantasy as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, look, there's an option you can click here. It says I have a green screen.
Oh.
Wow. Question: are there already backgrounds, or did you guys have to put them in there?
Those ones are there. You can add new ones. My wife has added some fun ones, but you could put like Avengers Mansion. You could put the Batcave. What is it? Is that Frasier? Is that Martin's chair?
Nice. Yeah, I'm in Frasier's house.
I love that.
Now you have to talk like Niles.
Hello, Jeff. How are you? Oh, you're in Hogwarts.
Solid, Niles.
That was not bad. Hey, nice.
So you just leave that there, and you'll be all set now. And so I'm the only one with a garbage computer where
it's probably because your lighting is all weird and you got a bunch of colors behind you. So it's just like your camera's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, what are you trying to do to me?
Yeah,
that's all right. I'd rather show off my back room in my garage, my back room in the bunker. Xia,
I bet you.
See, if you had paper white skin like me, the camera would be able to pick it up.
Oh, wait a minute. So now you guys all have glasses on and I don't. So I don't want to be left out. So I'll put on my Tony Stark glasses.
So
nice.
if this should be the screen grab right here, like what up?
I did. I actually just screen grabbed that.
If this was my family phone call, we would all take our glasses off now, and you'd be my mom, and then when she takes them off, we all put them back on.
Anyway, I did take them off because so Xia, we've wasted the half of the time we have with you already. So before we talk to Will and Jeff, what they're about, Zia's playing Mustache again, which is probably what your husband's waiting for back in that room.
How'd you know?
Wants a mustache ride.
How'd you know?
So Xia, what's new? How much time are you spending outside? I worry about you because I feel like you don't go outside at all.
I don't. That's the real answer. I went outside today to go grocery shopping. That's the only time I go outside, or to go to the bank, and it's like 2 blocks away from where I live.
Why would you go to the bank? You don't have any money.
That's also true. And this is also the real answer is not has anything to do with money. It's I go to get quarters so I can do laundry.
Oh, there you go.
That's why I go to the bank.
Yeah,
because it's easier than trying to get them from cashiers. Being like, oh, I have $1, and I'm like, okay.
So are you actually doing grocery shopping, or my wife has very strongly encouraged me to do the order ahead and they bring the groceries to you, except both times I've done that, it's like, well, you guys forgot like 2 of the bags and I had to go back. And then there was all the stuff that they were out of. So I had to go to a different one. And I'm just like, it's just so much quicker if I just go. What about you? Do you just what do you do, Xia?
I just go to the store and go shopping.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to do I'm not having, what's the one where they shop for you and drop it off to you?
There's one called Instacart. And
That's
then
right.
there are some there's some that have their own services. Like I think Vons might,
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to do any of that. I just go to the store. I've been going like once every week/week and a half ish.
Yeah.
And I go out, and that's literally the only time I've gone out. Oh, that's that. And I have a PO box, and I went because someone sent me some packages.
Oh, are these some of your fans who like buy stuff off your wish list and send you DVDs and stuff?
I don't have a wish list, but this was from a fan that sent some stuff. He sent a couple of boxes. He sent some stuff for Nick. He sent some stuff for me. He's always in my stream chat. He's very cool. And so that was fun.
Only your fan?
He's not your only fan because you don't have an OnlyFans?
I don't have an OnlyFan, and he is my only fan. So
the bell is so far away. He's your only fan, but and what did you have to do? Did you have to also be at the post office and mail him, like a thick folder of photographs of your feet or something? Or
I thought I was gonna go with used underwear. No, he's not. He's not like that at all, actually.
No, but the weird thing is that he wants Nick's used underwear. He actually doesn't want yours.
That's, I think, sort of like where he's going with this. No. No. Super nice guy.
More poignant.
Just like I know from experience.
But you have there's a lot of work you can do from home. And
all of my work is from
all of
home.
Your work, including Marvel Movie News, Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific. One of several shows that I've moved to a very early time to accommodate my schedule because my wife actually got a job during this.
It's amazing.
She's like just this week started a virtual writer's room with some people she used to work with in Orange is the New Black. I don't know.
And I'm assuming you can't talk about it. Obviously,
I don't think we can yet. I think when the thing gets announced, people will be like,
I can't talk about the Fight Club.
You definitely can't talk about Fight Club, but you can talk about Niles Club because of where you are. I like the way that Will's water like disappears, but like Will's there, but his water's not.
And sometimes when Will is sitting there, his neck looks really thick, like right there. He has like a really thick neck.
It's because of how swole he is.
Nah, I'm fucking Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
You're fucking Vin Diesel? How's that going?
Pretty well. He's got a great penis.
Just as I would have suspected.
I love that brought everyone to a screeching halt, and it was very.
I was going to comment that it's pretty Diesel, but that just seems implied.
That is implied.
Yeah.
Xia, did we want to reenact our chat from Instagram chat? Remember
from last night?
Talked about that? Yeah. While you look for the beginning of it, I was remembering I had a really good chat, that really good greeting that I sent to Xia on Easter. Do you remember what I said?
Oh, something about what was it?
Because it's Easter, so it's it's the day where people give Easter eggs, and I said I just wanted to thank you on behalf of the world for leaving your eggs unfertilized.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So I appreciated that.
I only saw that you sent 2 more messages just now too.
I don't even know. I
didn't even get to see those.
Well, it's probably not worth it. Yeah. Oh yeah. So you one of the shows that you're on, it's Eric Nagel. They were talking about Devil Dogs, which that's like an East Coast thing. Drake's Cakes. It's a regional thing. Like, Will, would you know the snack cake Devil Dogs? Have you ever heard of it or seen them?
I have heard of it. maybe in movies and television,
Yeah,
but I
probably.
don't really know what it is.
Yeah. Jeff, do they have those in Massachusetts? Devil dogs and
Yeah.
yeah. So
Little pitchforks.
well, those two, yeah. No, it's just a snack cake. But I guess everybody that Xia does this show with, they're all like in the New York area. So they're like, how do you not know? Hey, how do you not know what they are? Come on, forget about it. You know,
Forget about
that's
it.
what I assume that the show is like. I assume that's what everybody.
That's exactly what it is. They're all in New York.
Right.
They all just yell at me in that thick accent, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, and you're just scared.
Yeah.
So in any case, so that's what started the chat. Are we actually going to read this, or should I just read all the parts?
We can read it.
So I explained to you what they are, and then you say that you want them, and then what's the next thing you say?
God, I'm getting so fat.
And then I say, maybe you'll finally be attractive. Just kidding. That will never happen.
And I said, not even with chubby boobs, with a laughing face and then a crying face.
I did like the combination. I said, I'll have to actually see it, but probably not.
And then I said, probably not, because then I'll just be chubby with slightly bigger boobs.
Very slight. You'll look like a fat tween boy.
What the fuck is this conversation you guys are having? This is weird.
This is a really mild one. Most of
very
our
mild
conversations I wouldn't read like this on any platform, Bladtcast
We
or
start
otherwise.
texting each other mean shit.
Yeah.
Will that
Like
do
No.
us?
all hours of the night, just really mean stuff. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
really, really mean stuff.
But it's really just built up to the fact that you would look like a fat tween boy, and then you gave me like 3 gigantic like laugh cry faces all at the same time.
because I was laughing. Aww.
Oh, we laughed.
And then somehow it got to jizz on my back.
Oh,
And
I
then
forgot
jizz on your back.
I forgot about that part. You know what?
And
There
then
was
jizz
more.
on your back. Yeah.
So, So then that we jump to. So after
Are we
you say
jumping back to the 1920s, the jazz age or jizz
the
age?
Jizz age.
Well, she
The
is a bit of a
The
flapper.
2020s was the jizz age.
So after you say not the greatest, then what did you say after not the greatest?
I said there's dry jizz on my back and it's all crunchy and kind of sore when I move around.
And I said we have that in common.
Wait, how did you get there?
I think I just came out of the blue.
There's no logical. Yeah, she just
There's
mentioned
no
it.
logic.
She just wanted me to know.
Well, I was lying in bed and I was lying on my stomach and I got really lazy after and I didn't move and then it dried.
Yeah.
And it was a mistake. And then he was messaging me and I was like, "Ow, it's crunchy." And I just decided to tell him.
So this was post sex.
Yeah.
Post-coital. That's
Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck are you just like making this up out of nowhere?
Oh no. There's some things that you just don't joke around about. Dried jizz on your back is one of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Covered
then he
in
said we
3
have that
different
in
layers
common.
of shame glaze.
I'm just remembering that
this is a really weird text thread, you guys. I'm not gonna lie.
This is not the weirdest one.
Not the weirdest. It really isn't though.
Yeah.
There's been meaner
Sorry,
ones. There's
Will,
been
I'm not
weirder
going to text
ones.
you about my jizz problems.
Oh, you can text me about your jizz problems. We'll just keep them private between us. I'm going back to Fraser's house.
Yeah, I like it better when you're at Fraser's
House, yeah.
You know, I
was
was
civilized there.
I was just remembering that, like, now that I post these Bladtcasts on YouTube, somehow suddenly my mother has become interested in the Bladtcast. And I'm like, oh,
Has she really?
at some point she's gonna watch this. Yeah,
Oh,
the previous like 365 shows or whatever it was before I started putting them on YouTube. She didn't care about. But wait, you have a cat too, don't you? I forgot that, Jeff.
What, Jeff? You have a cat?
Yeah.
Let me see this
Is that
one.
Sabrina's cat, Salem?
Oh.
Salem's
it's
a lot.
so cute.
Salem's a lot.
Salem's a lot. That's a really cute cat.
This is Charlie. She's literally named after Charlie bit my finger because she's evil.
She's really named after that kid?
Yeah, she's like 11, so that was when the thing came out.
Here's a Instagram video of it's just there it is. There's a video of a
Is that
dog.
Dave the dog is like disappearing? Oh my God!
Oh, I
Dave
can
the dog
like
is
half see it.
Dave the dog has become Marty McFly's brother and sister. It's like when you hold it up, they say,
Oh!
It's just a random German Shepherd on Instagram, but he's pretty cute and he does look like Dave.
yeah. I'm showing people.
This is my
my
way of
actual-
contributing a pet, even though I don't have a pet.
Aw.
I'm showing people my actual
Mary
chat
won't let
with
me
Xia.
pick her up.
Oh, that is our actual chat.
Yeah. That's the last line I'll read is from me. It's just I talk about my wife and I say, any drop of my jizz that doesn't go anywhere near her is a small victory.
I'm very. This is,
I know this is why I wanted to share this reenactment, because I know that Will is troubled by our friendship. I think
Our friendship doesn't just trouble Will now; it troubles random people on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
that watch
we
our
had
other
somebody who
shows.
commented on Marvel Movie News that I should be off the show because I clearly hate her and I'm just so disrespectful.
And he thinks I'm stupid.
Which, by the way, I do.
Which you do,
but
right?
that's fine.
But I also think you're stupid, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. No, it's fine.
Well, yeah.
But to be fair, we did have at least one person be like, "No, dummy, that's just like their thing." And he's like, "Well, I don't think it's funny."
Yeah, he was just like, no, he really thinks she's stupid. And I was like, well, you're right, but
if you guys don't want my input, then you shouldn't read the comments, okay?
That's fair. That's fair. You know,
point,
that's on us.
my favorite thing about having a laptop and being in Fraser's house is I can just kind of like ghost myself out of a picture that doesn't.
I like how a curtain behind you just shows up out of nowhere too.
It's a ghost. It's a ghost.
But Marley and Marley. Oh!
If anybody's looking for something funny, I stopped for this, but I was watching this really funny Irish comedy called Extraordinary. Will Forte's in it, and it's really good so far.
Is it a series or a movie or
movie?
Is Will Forte Irish?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
does he do the accent or
no, he's American, but it's like
okay.
He's in Ireland.
Because every once in a while, I swear to God, I find out that some actor is either English or Irish or something like that, and I'm like, I had no fucking idea.
Most.
It's about ghosts, so that's why I was reminded by the curtain.
Most superheroes are British, basically. You know.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was they had a graph of like superheroes played by white guys named Chris.
Yeah, that's true.
And so inevitably, that's like a disproportionate number on the pie chart.
Other than Chris Pratt and Chris Evans, who else is there? Or is it just those two throw off the whole chart?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Jeez, yeah.
And then if you want to just go broader in superhero movies, Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
That guy's named Chris.
Man,
so many guys
Christian and Hayden.
Yeah, what happened to me? How come I didn't get to play anybody? I mean,
have you looked in the mirror lately?
It's just washed up man or two bad decisions, man.
Fat dad in background.
Two bad decisions.
Regret, man.
No regret.
Why did I sleep with this man? I was so drunk.
Oh well, those women are the real heroes. All those ones for whatever reason, you know, were like, they were the ones filled with regret. That's not all they were filled with.
No regret.
The next one.
No regret. Thank you, Jeff.
I remember that one. No regrets.
No regrets.
So this comment that you're talking about. This guy said, "Get Blatt off this show. This used to be a decent YouTube cast. His obvious dislike of Xia is unprofessional." And then somebody just is like, "Yeah, obviously the opposite is true, and they are so close that they are constantly ribbing each other. It's called sarcasm." It's not sarcasm. He thinks she's stupid, which I did want to write back to that one and be like, "Well, yeah, obviously." But
what show is this?
This is the Marvel movie news that we do. It's not even this show. Just imagine if somebody watched this, or if anybody watched this.
No, it's so tame. It's so tame compared to this.
And then somebody else jumps in, like, "You really don't understand how relationships work, do you? I'm guessing you're an only child." And so then this guy writes back, "So commenting on an unprofessionalism and treatment of a coworker makes you question how I evaluate relationships. He is condescending to her every episode, and it's unprofessional. If you want to come at me personally, I suggest we meet in person." This was not to me. This was not to me.
Not real.
That's when I'm like, all right, first of all, no one should be meeting anyone in person right now. And then I'm just like, you don't have to like me, but
But you come at me in person, but stay over there, bitch.
But we're fine.
6 feet away, I'll throw some shit at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Better watch out.
And he's like, his response to me is like, I don't know you, and personally, you might be a great person. I hope you are. Well, I'm not. I don't know your co-star, and she might irritate a saint. In such a fun topic and forum, it should all be positive. And then you had to actually like write in and be like, no, like, you know, he's a garbage human, but that's why I like him. That's not what you wrote, but it might as well be.
That's pretty much what it was.
You know, why are the comments on the Bladtcast never as interesting as that? That's the real question, you know. But
because we're not called Marvel Movie News.
Yeah, maybe
Good answer.
Maybe if we called our show something just clickbaity, we'd get more listens, Christian.
DC versus Marvel. Suck it, nerds.
There you go.
Why Image Comics are better than all the rest.
I'm a dark horse.
Oh my god.
I was combining George Harrison and comics, so I win.
George Harrison and comics.
Xia, I know you wanted to leave already, and I think you wanted to leave after 2 minutes.
I didn't want to come on. It was really just because Jeff and Will were here, and I was like, well, I wanted to say hi to them.
We already did we already did one of these one-on-one, and I'm like, well, I can't ask her for at least another couple weeks. But I was like, oh, but don't you want to say hi to Will and Jeff? And then she was like, yeah, I guess. Because when was the last time you saw those guys? It was in person, right?
Yeah, months ago. Like months ago.
We got out of we had the routine down where we were doing the Bladtcast like Thursday afternoons right after Marvel Movie News. And I think occasionally we would try to do it before it. But and then Will's schedule got I believe the professional term is cray-cray.
Yeah.
So it had
and then
been,
I had my thing on Thursdays and Fridays, so
yeah,
I just like couldn't do it anymore.
It just it was our perfect little world where the four of us could hang out. Oh, and then Xia also, you know, was just like, I don't want to spend all that time with you, you know. I like that you just smelled yourself on camera.
I need to shower.
Superstar.
When was the last time you took a shower?
Yesterday, actually.
Oh, well, that's
it's usually not that often, but because I had to stream today, I needed to wash my hair.
Just your hair.
Yeah.
Let me ask you an important question.
So wait. Context. That conversation was obviously not today, right?
No. This
Last
was
night.
Days ago. Yeah. No.
She just said she didn't wash Will. You look perplexed.
So, yeah. So the idea that the dried jizz on her back was from like after her last shower and was still there. Is that what you were concerned about, Jeff?
Yeah, hygiene.
Yeah, exactly.
What is this episode about, you guys?
I don't know. He asked me to come on, and I feel like that just like derailed everything.
Usually Christian has some topics and stuff, but no, he's talking about.
I'm sorry. Usually, like occasionally, I have topics. Let's be fair. Usually is not the case. No,
I'm almost out of this water. That's a clear, invisible glass in my hand, like the Invisible Woman. It's like a force field. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, mine is not invisible, but it is indeed a brick house.
Too.
I'm trying to bring the ocean onto myself. Yes.
Hey, that's what Xia was doing when she texted me. She brought the ocean onto herself. Anyway.
Heyo.
Oh,
sea breeze.
So where can people find you other than at Xia_land?
Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/XiaLand. I've been playing, you brought this up, I think before the show. I think it was before the show, Jeff. I've been playing BioShock, not Infinite, the first one.
Oh, nice.
It's really fun. So I've been streaming that, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and then I do a snack show where I eat food because that's all I do anymore. I'm not lying when I'm saying I'm getting fat. I'm just sit in quarantine and eat food.
But there's one item that you ate on the snack show that I need you to talk about before you leave. Tell these two guys what you ate that is horrifying, but you ate it anyway.
I ate canned mac and cheese. It's not good.
Canned mac and cheese?
Who even makes that?
Right, exactly.
Chef Boyardee makes that.
Oh, Chef Boyardee.
Mac and cheese, which you can make in like 8 seconds. Or it's like, or do you want to take it out of a can and actually have it take longer to heat up than if you just add water?
And also, I believe maybe even a little bit more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the most important
With the
question.
aluminum.
It sounds trashy, but are you as trashy as me is where you would eat it directly out of the can like I did today with some chili and have done with Chef Boyardee many times in the past?
So
With
I'm
your
gonna
fingers.
address both of those things. Chef Boyardee out of a can cold is one of Brian Reagan's favorite things. That's like his treat.
Good.
He eats that. That's like he loves that. He legitimately loves that. And I hope I'm
It's
not getting
great.
the comic wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's him.
Brian
Yeah. And second of all, Chef Boyardee cold out of a can is delicious. So I'm on board with both of you.
Did
Third
you
of
eat
all,
the mac and cheese cold out of the can?
I did. I heated some up and I ate some of it cold out of a can. It's not good. It tastes like Chef Boyardee SpaghettiOs, but like also with a little bit of cheese sauce on it. It's really horrible.
But not a good cheese sauce.
Not a good cheese sauce. It's really, I don't recommend it unless you want to give it a try to, I don't know, see what I'm talking about and then also
I
throw up.
probably will. Yep.
Not a fan of that Velveeta one either. That shit's nasty.
I don't think I've ever had that.
No, the
The
Velveeta
Velveeta
one,
Mac?
it's like it's too
Yeah.
fancy. It's like the cheese is too thick, and it's also like I don't know. It's like $3 for a box, so it's like, well, no, you've missed the whole point on mac and cheese.
It seems like it would be worse, but I prefer the powdered cheese mac and cheeses to any
Yes.
kind of like congealed cheese mac and cheese because it's just like that congealed cheese is fucking gross. What's
What?
wrong?
Will?
Will's just making.
My finger kept disappearing. Frozen Stouffer's mac and cheese. It's
Oh,
really
hell
legit.
yes.
Hell yeah.
That
Look,
sounds
baked
fun.
mac and cheese is where it's at. Like,
Mhm.
if you're really going to do
You
it.
could microwave that.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, like, even if you have like leftover mac and cheese or you have your Stouffer's or anything, if you, after you cook it, you throw it in with a little extra cheese on it into the oven. Mm-hmm.
You know what
Put
you
a
want
little
to do?
Pimp that
on
mac
there.
and cheese.
I was gonna say you crush up Lay's potato chips on the top. You put some diced ham in there. You know, anything can happen.
Mm.
Oh.
You got
I'm gonna
stew
go
going.
eat after this now.
What
Hang up for.
snacks do you have for future snack casts? What can people look out for on future snack chat?
I got some. I'm trying to think of what I can remember. I've got some strawberry Twinkies because I never tried those.
Oh,
So yeah, they're like a spring flavor. It's way past spring, but I still have them.
That's
And then
spring right now.
is it spring right
Yeah,
now?
it's April.
Okay, I don't know seasons. I will take your word for
is
it.
spring.
Well then, it is. I'm like spring. I'm like February, March, right? So I've got those. So I'm actually kind of excited to try those. I know I've got some other stuff. I have so much stuff. I already tried my 2 Pop-Tarts. Oh, I have the little Pop-Tarts bites. The little ones. I've got those. I haven't tried those yet. Strawberry fudge. I've got a table full of stuff. Oh, I have some like some taco flavored chips to try. Some sweet potato brown sugar sun chips to try. Stuff like that. Just
Wait,
anything.
Sweet potato brown sugar.
Yeah, sun chips.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm down
basically
for that. Where's that?
anything. It sounds kind of good, right?
Yeah.
Basically anything I see in a store that I'm like, this sounds good, and I've never tried it. I get, or sounds weird, or whatever, anything. Yeah.
I think that don't you not know seasons because you grew up in Hawaii and you don't really have one? It's like all just like 1 year long spam season. Is that really?
Yeah.
The case?
It just rains or it's sunny, either or.
I had a camp counselor once who was from Hawaii who had like fried up some spam for his birthday, and it was so fucking good. And I've never had
Yes.
spam that tastes like that ever. And I've tried to like recreate it, but they did it right. And I'm like, spam's gross unless you do it the right way, and I don't know how to do that.
I'm going
Never
to
seen it.
try, Jeff, when we can finally see humans in person again, I'm going to make you some spam musubis, and I want you to try them and tell me what you think.
With some bees? I don't eat bees.
I don't know about no bees.
Yeah, you don't know about bees, but why don't you just eat D's? D's nuts!
Oh,
Yeah, high five to myself there.
forget about it.
No, spam musubi is one of those things that Heather used to talk about, and I'm like, that it's spam. That sounds so disgusting. And then I had it, and I'm like, oh, it actually is good. And then I also had it in Hawaii, and like in Hawaii, you're like, oh, it's amazing. So,
How was it
How to do
prepared?
it.
how is it prepared, Zia? You have a better understanding.
It's super easy, but they do different ways. My favorite is you just pan fry the spam. Sometimes they put teriyaki sauce on it too. You can do a teriyaki one, just like a little bit. You just brush it on there. But I like it when they just pan fry it, nice and crispy, and then you shape it into like a block so it's rice, and then usually just spam, and then you wrap it in seaweed. But there's a furikake seasoning that I like to put on there too. So
the
you do the rice,
furikake
furikake,
seasoning.
yes, spam, and then you wrap it in the seaweed, and that's just that's the best one.
Well,
Mm. Very simple.
Strand a bunch of people on an island, and some they just have to start putting a bunch of bullshit together to make it taste good, and eventually they figured it out. It's pretty amazing.
Surfing burns calories. You
all
gotta eat.
odds.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Xia, I will see you on Thursday for Marvel Movie News, the show where I hate you. And I do occasionally jump into the chat. Usually, the chat on your Twitch, it's just to say something kind of mean or
I used the Bladtcast mug again today for my cereal.
Oh, see, that's the important thing. Yeah, it's just really to promote the Bladtcast. And we referenced it. It's Eric Nagel, and where do people find it?
It's Eric Nagel's the other show I do. You can find it anywhere that you find your podcasts and shows and whatnot. It's on iHeart, the iHeart app, and whatever the other ones are. I don't know. You can find it there.
It's basically like this show if it were interesting, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured that was a good way to explain it. Well,
thanks for having me on. I wish I could talk to you more, guys. I see your faces. You look like you're in very cool places. Thank you for having me.
I mean, they look like they're in cool places.
You look like you're in a closet.
In more ways than one.
Well, that's
the podcast's on the internet, or it gets the hose again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Good night, and thank Nick for staying in his place and
Poor
not
thing. Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your night.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Awkward.
Do I have to hang up on you?
Oh my god.
I was gonna say, like, babe. Now I've got about 3 minutes to upgrade to the pro plan of.
Oh no! I thought. Wait, how did we do this before?
Before they just let me have extra time, and maybe it's because I had 4 people instead of 3. Because usually you can do 2, and that they don't charge you. But then when you have 3 or more. And then I was like kind of trying to do that while we were talking, but then I'm also like, I don't actually have my credit card. So, I was trying to do it, but, it's
going to be the shortest Bladtcast on record.
No, because
make up for all the double length ones that we put people through.
And there've been a lot lately, but no, I'll just do another meeting. I mean, come on, I gotta at least get an hour. Come on. Think about the rioting in the streets. If there was one that came in under an hour,
That's true.
Yeah. Exactly.
Matt would probably come to California and get mad at us.
Yeah, he'd break social distancing just to punch us in the face.
Yeah, well, if he did it with some delicious Jack Stack barbecue, like if he hit me in the head with a slab of ribs, I'd be okay with that,
I mean, look, I ate some of the Frank's Joystick Meats barbecue beef jerky today. It was delicious.
Nice. I don't want to monopolize too much Bladtcast time with this, so it's great that there's only a minute left. But fucking Gronk was traded to the Bucks. He came back to the NFL and was traded to the Bucks today. So fuck football and everything about it.
Is there even going to be football anymore?
No.
I hope not.
Yeah.
But also Tom Brady was violating stuff and working out in a park out in Florida because he's a stupid prick.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Working out in a park in Florida?
Yeah, public park. He got busted by the cops.
I think that'll be a good spot to pick up part 2 of this when I re-invite you guys to another meeting. So,
all right.
So we'll start there, and then we'll talk about some other stuff we have coming up. This is Bladtcast 374. I've decided that 375 warrants special treatment, and we'll do a little bit. Will's falling asleep, but don't worry, you can take a nap over on Martin's easy chair.
Yeah.
I don't see Eddie the dog, but maybe he'll show up in a little bit. But for those watching on YouTube, I'm sorry, you're going to have to click on a different video to see more. But for those
together.
I guess I could, but why don't I just? I'm going to cut the audio together. That's enough. For the audio people, we'll be right back right after this.